comes in. So Sue's hanging out in the car, riding home from dance class. So, all right. Why don't we go around real quick, and I'll have all of you introduce yourselves. And by the time we get done, Sue should be at the house and able to introduce herself. So Woody Andrews, you want to start?
Okay. I'm Woody Andrews. I'm from Yucaipa, California. I am a musician and a home inspector, but recently, right now, it's like 1/3 of everything, send out cards and everything, and as well as home inspector and as well as a musician. And I got into send out cards to send thank you cards and Christmas cards, and then started getting a check, so I made it into a business, basically. That's it.
Awesome. All right. Mr. Gullett.
What are we doing? Sorry.
Introduce yourself. Tell Eileen how you send out cards.
I fell asleep, so I'm just getting up. It's not going to make for a good night's sleep, I'm sure.
9 o'clock at your house.
It is 9 o'clock. I live in Kentucky, and I got involved to send out cards about 5.5 years ago. I got a postcard in the mail and pretty much did me in, so had a picture of me and my daughter on it. And I signed up right on the spot. It was pretty cool. So I've just been chilling out here with the Send Out Cards group. And I guess it was last year, I got to senior manager, and I've been signing up realtors and business professionals. That's kind of a very popular, this is a popular thing for them. So if you can get in front of them. But it's good to have you on with us, and excited to have another face in the group. Not that I'm getting tired of looking at this group, but it's always nice to have new faces and new ideas and stuff like that. So welcome to the club. Welcome to the family.
Thanks. All right. Looks like Sue and Dale just got home. Sue, you want to unmute yourself? There you go.
Okay, I'm unmuted. I'm Sue Greenwald from Kearney, Nebraska, partners with Tracy, the wonderful Tracy. And I started Send Out Cards 6 years ago. At the time I started, I was working full-time as a pediatrician, nights, weekends, and holidays.
Wow.
And I also had 2 side businesses. And Tracy said, can I show you an easy way to keep in touch with your clients from your side businesses? And I was all over that because I did not have time to be making phone calls. And it worked so for me that side businesses, especially one of them, just thrived. And now I'm having so much fun with Send Out Cards. I retired from being a nutrition, and I let go my side businesses other than this one. And this is my main business, and I'm having an absolute blast with it.
All right. Eileen, do you want to tell the group a little bit about yourself and how you plan to use Send Out Cards?
I love that. Sure. I'm in Lawrence, Kansas right now, but as I mentioned earlier, I moved here in the middle of the country from San Diego, California. So it's a little bit of a change in weather and location and things like that. I work full-time right now. I feel like I'm always looking for something that gives me more, I guess, is kind of where some of my looking for things comes from. In my job, I work a lot with vendors, and of course have my coworkers. And you know, I know I keep seeing cards from Tracy that are just so fun and so personal, that I thought that's a great way to connect with people and appreciate people, show gratitude, and just keep in touch in between the normal holidays. And I thought this is something that is not only makes you feel good, but it's actually something that's helpful as well. I'm thinking of my husband, Brian. He's a sales rep. He actually knows Tracy's husband, so they work together. And we just got to talking, and my husband just started a new job, so he's in sales. So what better way to kind of dive into this in 2 ways, kind of in my own work, reaching out, appreciating people that I know not only work with, but that are vendors, and also help my husband, with kind of showing value to his customers and really showing that he cares for them. I feel like he does that already, but what better way to extend that? Yeah. So that is me. So I am am I 24 hours old now? I think I actually started watching. Yeah.
Pretty
I
close.
was watching. So I'm really excited. I mean, if anything, my first starting point is, gosh, I just want to send a couple of cards, like 10 people in my mind that I just want to say thanks for being there. Sending something to my mom, sending something to myself, so that
With caramels.
And thank you for being so welcome. I appreciate that.
Well,
Whose customer is she?
mine.
So she got brownies, right?
I did get
He
brownies.
has lots of goodies from me. Yeah.
Yeah, good. I'm gonna send myself some salted caramels, I think, or something.
Yeah, we were
And the
using
seesaw
the
caramels,
gifts yesterday.
the bomb diggity.
Okay, I'll take suggestions. I need to try things out before I send it, right?
Yes, sample everything. Okay.
But I love to hear. I can't wait to hear kind of some of your ideas and how you're using things, and so can't
Awesome.
wait to learn a little bit. So.
Well, we are excited to have you here. I know a few more people have been kind of chiming in our group chat saying that they're running late, or so a couple more people might pop in. Last week, our challenge was to kind of hone our presentation skills. Whether it was practice or get comfortable, Tracy is our upline, and she typically leads this call. And when she can't be here, one of us steps in for her. She gave us the challenge of honing our presentation skills and then doing it. And so I would like if anyone in the group did a presentation this week, if they would share how they did their presentation, if there was anything exciting or different about this time, and what the results were.
All right, no one's raised their hand. I'll go real quick.
Go ahead.
I had 3 different meetings, and they all signed up as customers. By the third one, I think that I had it down. It's sort of like learning a piece of music. All of a sudden, I knew the music so that there was able to have like nuances on each note. So basically, here's the app. And then we talked about campaigns. I showed him the campaigns on my phone. And then, so he sent a card to himself, to his girlfriend actually. I sent him a card and his girlfriend with some brownies from my phone. And he said, I love it, let's get going. So we opened up his computer. We went through all the packages, and I started with the marketing package because that's just the best one. It's just has everything in it, and you can see it in my phone that I've got it. And he said, yeah, that makes sense, okay. And I said, okay, now look at Andy, while you're out sharing, here's what's gonna happen. People are gonna dig your cards, and you know, you're in sales. And I said, if you'd like to self-fund your card sending and your marketing, you know, this is the way to do it. It's extra, you know, it's $50 right now, and you can, you know, if you get somebody you don't know what you're doing, send them to me, and you refer them to me, and I'll take care of it for you. But it's a way to earn some extra money and self-fund your marketing. And he said, well, it's really intriguing. I love it, but not right now. I'm just started this job. I want to focus on that. So it's in the back of his mind, and went really smoothly. It was the third one that week, and I felt that it was like, that's the system. I got it down.
Awesome.
Boom, boom. Bada bing, bada boom, as they say.
Love it. Anyone else have a presentation this week?
I did.
Sue did.
I had 2 of them. One of them was a second presentation to a cabinet, a kitchen designer. And she is a lot like me, and then it takes her a while to grasp the technology stuff. So I showed her how to send a campaign on the phone, but everything else was done by paper. I got out the paper, showed her the prices, and, she took notes. And so that's what she was comfortable with. And and this was our second visit, and each one of them was 2 hours. So you can see she had a lot of questions. And she finally got a marketing bundle. And they want to start out by, they recently did photo shoots of all their last couple of years as kitchens. And they want to start out by having 17 big cards sent to the 17 homeowners that allowed them to do photo shoots for their website.
Cool.
So I'm probably going to be making all their big cards because they're not really comfortable with that, but not a problem. So, and then the other one couldn't have been any more different. It was, Tracy, John Watts from UNK.
Yes. Uh-huh.
Evelyn is his mom. So he is 30-something, worked his way up to, he is now like a vice chancellor of finance or something. Basically, he runs the college. He manages everything from the payroll to the police. So I just asked him, I was talking to him on LinkedIn, actually took care of him when he was young, as I was his pediatrician. And he still has a scar where I stitched him up, by the way. But I just asked him if he would meet me for coffee, and I pulled out my phone and I had pre-made a thanks a latte card. So I just pulled up thanks a latte, thanks for having coffee with me. I showed him the card, showed him where my signature was on it, clicked and put his address in and clicked send. I added some brownies to it. So I said, so you meet with donors, right? And he goes, yeah. And I go, well, you just sent your donor a thank you card and a gift, and in 30 seconds. And he goes, okay, I want it. So he didn't even send a card, but we loaded the app on his phone. I did my OSP. So I gave him SueGreenwald.net, and he went through the OSP. He didn't watch the videos because he just wanted to get to the app. We loaded the app on his phone. I showed him how to put in his username and password, and then he had to run off. So I'll be following up with him, but chances are very good he's going to be a personal bundle also.
Very cool.
Two different people, two different presentations.
Very good. Mr. Gullett, did you have any presentations this week?
I did not. However, I've got one of my realtors, the guy that I used my realtor, Lewis, the guy I used to buy all my investment properties. He's been a customer for 3.5 years, and we got to talk, and I said, man, you have got to call Jim McCord and talk to him, because Lewis used to be a KW or Keller Williams agent too, and went to Rector Hayden. And I said, you just need to call him. I said, he's that good. I said, here's his phone number. Here's his personal cell phone number. When I talked to Jim at convention, I mentioned you. And he said, have him call me. So Lewis actually got on and ordered Jim's book on Amazon. I said, I was going to send that to you, man. I said, well, he got his book, and he said he read it in like 2 hours, couldn't lay it down. And then he called Jim on the phone, and they talked for like 3 hours or something crazy. So they're going to, and Jim McCord lives just about 2.5 hours from where we're at anyway. He's in northern Kentucky. And so they're going to get together sometime for lunch. They just hit it off. So Lewis calls me up and says, hey, Jim wants to come down and do a presentation for Keller Williams. I said, bring it on. So I said, we'll give him a hotel room or whatever he wants, So, and he said, Jim didn't want to come down and prospect in this area because I've got it kind of sewed up. But he said he would love to come down and just explain to realtors why they need to be using this. So
very cool.
That was kind of a big breakthrough. So now Lewis said, now, so what do I need to do to get in the lineage of this? Because he is very high performing realtor, him and his wife are a team, and they're doing a lot of business. I'm surprised he even messes with me, because I run him all over the place. But they're doing a lot of sales this year. Had a lot of sales last year. I think I'm wanting to say like 10 or 12 million dollars in sales. So they did good on their real estate business, and they're wanting to do more this year. So we're going to try to set up where I'm going to get Lewis set up as a distributor. Then we're going to start setting up some meetings and maybe get Jim involved and do some things like that. So that's pretty exciting. That kind of
That's
had a
cool.
lot to do with it, but that kind of came to pass this week. So that was kind of neat. I'm excited about that. I need some more meetings. I've been just, I've had this, I guess my analogy is I've got all these plates I'm spinning, get this one spinning. Oh, that one slow down. Spin this one over here. Oops, that one. Oh, just broke that one. So I just don't need another plate right now. I'm very plate heavy. So if I can get Lewis involved and just show up and help do meetings with room full of realtors at a time, that's kind of my gig or my niche. That's what I want to do, to try to leverage my time a little bit, because it's coming into the spring of the year here real soon, and there'll be a lot of work to be done outside. So, but yeah, that's pretty exciting, and I'm glad to hear the other success with what Sue had. That's exciting.
Well, your pictures really helped me, because when I was doing the phone demo, I never got a piece of paper out. I never got my computer out. I just went to that picture of the bundles that you shared with us, and I put it up on WhatsApp so everybody else can have it too.
Okay.
But I just went to that picture of the bundles and showed him right from there the card prices and the bundles just by scrolling on my phone. So it went, and I put everything in a album like you told me. So all the stuff I would use for a presentation is an album. So I'm going to talk to some realtors on the 20th, and the one realtor who set it up is in my BNI, Matt Meister. So I showed Matt, I said, here's what I'm going to use for your presentation. And I took out the album on my phone and scrolled through it. And he goes, that's just freaking amazing. You don't have to do anything but that. And I said, well, hopefully it'll work with your technology. So he told me to come to the office and make sure. But then I got home and I had a text from Matt, and they had taken a group photo at his realty office the day before. So he texted me the group photo so I could use it in my presentation.
Awesome.
Now, when is that presentation?
It's on the 20th.
A week from Monday.
So
Yeah.
Can you go ahead and put that photo on a card and send a box of brownies, and you may even send them to yourself. And then that way, when you do your presentation, you can say, I'm going to make this card and I'm going to attach a box of brownies and da-da-da. And then 4 days later, you're going to get a box in the mail like this, and you open up and it's that card you
That's a
just
really
made.
good idea.
And then you can
Really, that's a really good idea, because I was going to use that to make the card. So
so you can actually say,
ahead of time.
I'm magic. Boom, here it is. And then you can just
Yeah.
hand him the whole box. You can just give that to him and say, here's my gift to you. Here's your, but you just send it to yourself.
Right. Yeah, that's perfect. Yep, I'm on it.
They're going to go like that. That's thinking. That was good. So
Yeah.
I've done that before, and it goes over real well.
Yeah. Okay, Sue,
Yeah,
you
that's great.
10 cents.
Oh, 10 cents. Yeah. Whenever you have a great idea, you get 10 cents. So Tracy would be tiring on all the ideas she's given me over the last couple
I'll
of
turn
weeks.
that 10 cents into 10 million. Just make
Yeah.
it.
Great. Well, Sue tells me good idea. Every time she tells me good idea, I say, okay, that's 10 cents.
Oh, I like it.
Wow.
Okay, I've only had one presentation this week, and it was Eileen last night. And we did our presentation, obviously, since she is a few hours away from me, we did it via Zoom. So we did just like this last night. We went to Zoom. I sent her to my replicated send out cards site on her computer and had her share the screen so I could tell her where to point and click and everything. We went through the card catalog. We didn't actually send a card, but I showed her where everything was, and Eileen already knew going into it that she wanted the system, so it really wasn't so much about sending a card and learning how it works. She's received several cards, so she knew how the system worked and everything. And so we went through that, and
You did a great job.
it went very smoothly and worked well, and she was able to do all the signing up right there while I was helping her. And then I took her to the downloads and tutorials and showed her where those are. I always make sure that I show people those when I do a walkthrough, because it's very important that when they get started, they start off right away watching those tutorials and learn at least the website overview and how to import contacts and how to send a card. So that being said,
I didn't have any presentations yet. So.
Yeah, Eileen. Have you sent a card yet, Eileen?
Yeah, I know. I haven't done anything yet.
Okay. Watch those tutorials that I told you.
I was watching it when you texted me about the meeting, so there you go.
Student.
So Eileen, I highly recommend that you send in your, so these are the 4 things you want to do like the next day.
Okay.
Send in your signatures. Which package did you get?
She did the marketing bundle, so she has.
Okay.
Oh,
So you can
great.
send in your font and signatures,
Okay.
and get a custom branding get at least one custom branding made. Okay, so the signatures, unless you're really anal like me, it took me 2 years, but it should take you 5 minutes.
Okay.
Because I had to keep redoing my signatures. The custom branding shouldn't take you more than about 10 or 15 minutes.
Okay.
And then send a card with your custom branding on it, and then create a campaign for your business. Those 4 things, and do those right away before you have fear. Because the longer you wait, the more fear gets in your way. And there's nothing to be afraid of, but people, you know how the longer you wait to do something, the more you get up all in your head and think it's hard, but it's not hard. And the only way to find out it's not hard is to do it.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, all your conversations are, I mean, I've got people in my head and business owners that I know. I go to the coffee shop, I know the owner. I go to the hair salon, I know the owner. I mean, there's just different things in my head now. So yeah.
Right. And all those people, like the coffee shop owner, he should have a card from you with your branding on the back.
Yeah.
All you have to do is praise the coffee shop, and you know it's going to go prominently on their counter or their bulletin board where the whole world can see it.
Oh, okay. Got it. It's just good ideas. Okay. Thank you.
All right, thanks, Sue. So talking about the tutorials, that leads into this week's challenge that Mr. Gullett and I came up with. This week's challenge is to watch a training video of some type each day. So like in our resource center, we have small little short trainings. Now, some of us, like Sue and I, that have been in Send Out Cards for 6 or 7 years, and Steve, you've been in for like 5.5. Woody, you've been in now for a few years. Some of us came in before those videos were even available in the resource center. And so they maybe came out and you glanced at them once or twice when they first came out, and you never went back to them because you were already a seasoned Send Out Cards distributor. So Steve thought it would be a really great idea if we just took, 10 or 15 minutes each day and watched some sort of a training video to familiarize ourselves with our system, because sometimes we forget to keep on top of that sort of thing. And then to add to that, Sue and I, on our senior manager retreat this past week when we were
Which was so much fun.
days, it was really nice. So when we were on our senior manager retreat, we listened to Jordan's calls, some that we had missed. And I have 2 that I am assigning this week for everyone to make sure they have listened to. And I encourage you to listen to them more than once. Sue and I listened to each one twice, and take notes, because they're both really, really good.
Because they're that good.
Yeah, they were that good that we could not wait.
Like, you'll have to push a few times to take notes because you won't want to miss a single thing.
Yeah. And, you know, you can also print out the replays. Eileen, I'll send you the info on how to
Okay.
get to these things that I'm talking about tonight. So the first one is February 13th, and it's how to lead. And Jordan goes through 9 things that are signs of leaders. And, you know, just they're super simple things. But if we just remind ourselves every day and you know, be the leader that we would want to attract to our teams. And then the second one is February 27th, and Jules Price was his guest. And so Sue and I thought that we called it Jules, because the call, like we got done with the call and we were just like
We were both speechless, and that never happens.
it was such a good call. We listened to it just as we were pulling up to my children's college in Kansas. When we
We're like, don't get out of the car yet. We have to finish this call.
we were like, oh my gosh, this is so amazing. And so as soon as we got back in the car, we were like, we're going to have to listen to that again on this trip because that was amazing. And so February 27th, and that one is Jordan and Jules talk about personally sponsoring. And they both go through and talk about what's so mind-blowing is Jules's method of a presentation and just her entire mindset. Really, if we all had her mindset, like Woody, you hit a grand slam. You had 3 presentations and you closed all 3 of them. And that's kind of the mindset Jules goes in with. She is, every presentation she does, every single human being, as she puts it, needs send-out cards. There's no reason for them not to have it. They may not need a marketing bundle. They may not need the personal bundle. It may just be a grandma who wants to send, 5 or 6 cards a month. And so she makes sure every human being is going to see send-out cards and have an account of some kind. So those 2 calls, I highly recommend listening to them, printing out the replays, taking notes, and then go to your resource center and watch a short little either tutorial or one of the training videos each day. So that is our challenge for this week.
I have
Okay.
one thing to add.
Yes.
It's on the call, but I also looked it up today, and it is really good. You guys maybe already all know about this, but I didn't. And it's a Facebook page, and it's called SOC Testimonials Send Out Cards. I don't know why they need to put SOC and send out cards. I think that's kind of redundant, but if you find that page, there's testimonials on there every day from realtors, from insurance agents, from builders, from every kind of person you can imagine. So when you're showing it to, no matter who you're showing it to, you can go to that Facebook page and type in that profession, and you'll probably have 2 or 3 testimonials that people have put up.
Yeah. Jordan added that when he does a presentation with someone, he goes to that Facebook page and shows them the testimonials right there, because it's a lot more powerful than him saying, he's got that third-party validation. So rather than him saying, oh yeah, you can use it no matter what industry you're in, he goes to that Facebook page and says, look at what people are saying about what Send Out Cards has done for their industry. So,
Excuse me, Sue, I just looked for that. It didn't come up. SOC.
There's a space in between send and out and cards. So it's not all one word like it normally is.
It's SOC space testimonials space send space out space cards. I wrote it down.
It's on Facebook.
Yep.
Private Facebook group. There you go.
Here's it.
Like that.
Steve's got it.
Great.
Yep. So, yep.
So whenever you guys request to join, or actually I can add you right here, I guess.
Yeah.
I already requested.
I'll do see Woody. Woody Andrews. I just added you.
Oh, thanks.
And how you spell your name? E-I-L.
EEN.
E-E-N. Oh, we're not friends.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you have. I think you have. Oh, and
Mhm.
Eileen, I also sent you a friend request today too.
Okay.
Yeah.
I haven't been
Go
on
ahead.
there yet. I was busy, watching my tutorials.
That girl.
Haven't been on Facebook.
Yeah. If you friend up with Tracy, then she can
Yeah.
invite you to that or something. Yeah.
Okay, perfect. Yeah.
You should have got a request, Woody.
Okay, well, we are a little bit past our 30-minute mark. And thank you, everyone, for joining us. Thank you, Eileen, for coming on the call. We really appreciate it. You are welcome every week. The link doesn't change. It's always the same link. And until you have further notice, just assume it's going to be at 8 p.m. until Sue's done with her dance class, and then we'll switch back to 7:30 again.
Okay. That sounds good. It's
Okay.
nice meeting everybody.
You
Nice
too.
meeting you, Eileen.
Glad you're in the family. Good to see
Yeah,
you.
thank you. Yeah. Enjoy that California sun for me.
Yeah.
Okay, I will.
Awesome. Thanks, guys.
Bye-bye.
Bye.